Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get the 65 out and it's going to go and pick up one of the 135's implements which I've left across the road. And if you could do something positive today and give this video a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. Now we've had a couple of comments about the Tanko bale wrapper. Can it go on the 65? That's something I'm still trying to work out because it's only got one spool valve on the 65, which is a flow, and I think you need a flow and a return to run the Tanko bale wrapper. So that might be something which will be going on the secondary tractor when we get it later on this year. So keep an eye out for that. It's a bit of a shame the 65 won't be able to go on that this wrapper because that would have been such a good pair up. And thanks for all of your recent comments and feedback and good likes and all that good stuff on the 65. Pretty good on oil. Hasn't been run for about a week, this tractor, so she's going to pick up the 135's bale spray. Oh, I did something there. Put my phone in my pocket. That's something I'm trying to get out of the habit of, putting my phone in the pocket. Apparently it's not very good for you to keep doing that, so I might keep it in my back pocket or somewhere else. Mobile raise and the 4G, 5G. Let's give it a go. Oh, not like the 135. You got to just hit my shin on that. You got to go steady. Well, now that I've been driving this tractor a little bit around the yard every week and doing the gallops, it hasn't quite got the character of the 135, but it has got something else. It's got its own sort of character. It's a bit more of like a clumsier, heavier tractor with I guess a slightly clumsier engine. It's not quite as smooth as the 135, but they are different tractors, you know. A bit difficult to get on with the tractor by this silage wrap, so I'm just going to drag it over. This is my gym session for the week. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I've just realised I haven't got a top link for the 65 yet. So maybe I can ram raid one from the workshop. I also, whilst I'm just up here, I need to have a look at the twin spike which has been left out. We've got to get the Massey in today or tomorrow. I'm away after lunchtime tomorrow. We're going to the Manitou Roadshow to have a look at some of their new telehandlers. That needs a good wash off and service, which the Massey which I use every year. Just near the pallet tines, I've got the twin spike out. Where the horses come along here, I've got to move this into a couple of bales or take it back to the yard because we don't want any sharp objects up here. And then I'll take this bucket in. I've got the Pottinger, that's still being used. The points are literally nothing now, so I've got to put some new points on them pretty soon. All right, I managed to get a top link. I got one for my old John Deere, the first John Deere I ever had, 2850. And on another subject, thanks for all your comments in yesterday's video. We've had some comments recently about some videos being a bit negative, a bit down. That's just farming at the moment. That's just the news and what's going on in the world. And, you know, on the channel we do lots of different things. So we do classic tractor videos, we do farming news videos, which can be a bit negative sometimes. I'll try and make them a bit more upbeat. We do positive farming videos, content, tractor reviews, demos, and then normally we also do shows and tours as well when we're out and about. But because of the way the world's gone over the last few years, it hasn't been that easy to do. So I will make the videos a bit more positive, and I'll try and make the news more positive as well when we do those sorts of when we do that sort of content. I was just going back to the yard. Just took my old waistcoat off. I can't believe how hot it is today. It's still really mild here in the UK. It has been quite cold. I'm wearing a t-shirt in October. Global warming, or who knows? Iconic. Over there, that shadow. It is a nice time of the year. Autumn, it's a lovely time of the year. I want to get that picnic bench inside. I use that for winter months, having my cup of tea when I'm doing the calves. There's something about the old girls which I just like. I could use the 6R or the Manitou to do this, but I just, you know, this is my enjoyment, I guess. As you know, you got to enjoy life a bit. Doesn't get much better for me though. Look at those turnips coming out of the ground at the moment. I'll have the sheep and cattle on there before long. There's the twin spike on the back. 2850 top link. Just next door, they're just doing the potatoes at the moment. I think they finished them today, harvesting them. They're really nice roasting potatoes, you know, both for roast dinners and things like that. I think some of them have gone to McDonald's this year for processing, and then the other half of the field, which was salads, they've gone for obviously salads in the summer. I'll just pick up the one. Oh yes, that's quite a tight bale. Smashing job. Might do a test and see if we can pick up two. I'm sure the 65 would have been able to do this quite easily. As you can see, the trouble is the spike's just the wrong style to do this. I remember when I did it with the 135 last time. It's only really a one bale spike, this one, but that's all right. It is what it is. We'll pop one back and just take the other bale. One of the reasons why I like making these types of videos and driving the classics is that it's a little bit more realistic. Although we drive this high-tech machinery, something about the classics is that they're a bit more realistic for people. Even though they're, you know, still expensive, you can pick one of these up. I picked up for £3,900. It's still a lot of money, but it's not out of reach for any of you out there who would just love to get on a classic tractor at the weekend, or maybe if you've got a field or a paddock or something like that, or if you've got some friends who are from farming and they'd let you use some of their land to pursue your hobby of tractors, you know, classic equipment, is something which is realistic. Not a bad part of the world really, Norfolk. Turnips look well, they're not too bad. Managed to just fertilise them earlier on, but when the price was a bit lower, and that's why they're looking well at the moment. Right, I brought that one in from the field. This is a barley bale. We use this for feeding some heifers around the back. And then the bale I used just to give the horses is a bale of wheat straw, which we use to bed them down. So as a verdict, the old 65. Drop that spike down. Probably not as manoeuvrable as the 135 with the bale spike. Before we had the telehandler, I used to use the 135 and this spike down below here to move all of these bales around for the horses, and I'm missing the 135, to be perfectly honest. I would rather have that on this job, although this tractor is good for slightly heavier jobs, which the 135 would struggle with, such as carrying heavier bales and pulling those double rollers up the hill. And if I had a slightly larger trailer I wanted to pull, like a 5 or 6 ton trailer, but it is a good tractor nonetheless, and I've got lots of little jobs for it. Such a shame about that single valve. I'd love 2 valves on it, a flow and a return. So if anybody knows about that, leave a comment in today's video how you can get 2 valves for the 65. That would make a big difference, I think. I've just got this little devil out. Hello, I have been looking for a puppy. Thank you for all of your suggestions about pups. They're just very expensive at the moment, spaniel pups, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So we might look at a rescue dog. I would love a dog which I could use on the farm, because as lovely as Clover is, she's not very good with the sheep or the cows. So she's good with pheasants, aren't you, and other things like that. You like to chase them all day. And she's just gone on to a senior diet, so she is getting on a little bit. You know, that's just what happens in life. Dogs don't last as long as humans, unfortunately. But it's the life in your years, not the years in your life, isn't that right, Clave? And Claver's got a lot of life. She's working. You can see she still runs around even at 11. I'm sure something will turn up. We'll find something in due course. I did have a subscriber the other day who offered me a Spaniel cross collie. I don't know if I want another Spaniel again, because they've got so much energy. Clave? Claver? So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to Thurlingham Standons / Manitou's roadshow tomorrow. We're just going to pop our head in and just have a look at some of the new Manitou loaders. We like our little 630. That's a brilliant one. We'll keep that for thousands of hours yet. It's always nice to just have a look. So we'll go along. I think there's a buffet as well, so we'll have some sandwiches and stuff. It's nice, things like that. You know, social events for farmers. I wish we could do a bit more of that because, you know, just some farm days. We can just, farmers, like-minded people can get together, have a chat about stuff, you know, be positive, have some food, and just a good laugh, really, whilst looking at kit. You know, it's a lovely old job. I know you're getting old, but you're still positive. You are a little positive dog, aren't you? That's one thing about Spaniels. Got a lot of energy, but they've got a lot of life. So are those sorts of dogs. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow at the Manatee Roadshow.